Hello and happy Friday. So I wanted to talk to you about leveraging the law of three. And this is something that I heard a while ago and have just, consistently been trying to implement, even though sometimes it has worked out better than other times. And then I also want to talk about taking small steps forward every day and how that is what leads to the big things in our businesses. So maybe you've heard of the law of three before when it comes to kind of time management and getting things done and making the most of your time. So as a mom and as a professional and entrepreneur who has a few different, career and business things going on, time is my biggest issue. I just feel like I never have enough time to get it all done, to do everything that I want to do, to implement all the ideas that I have, to learn everything that I want to learn. So to do all the laundry in the house, like there just never seems to be enough time. So I really love this law of three as it relates to leveraging our time. So the law of three is basically says that anytime that you are going to do something kind of significant with your time, so you're going to work on a project, or you're going to go to an event, or maybe even you're just going to write a blog post, that can take time, research, creating images, putting it up on your blog, proofreading it, promoting it across social media, like that all takes time, right? So anytime that you are going to spend a decent chunk of time on something, you are going to look for three ways that you can leverage that to kind of reach further, to get your reach further. So let me give you an example, because I learned best by examples. So let's take an event. Let's say that you're going to a fitness event. So that's, you're going there to learn. So that's your one focus of that event. But maybe you're going to reach out to brands and see if any of them will sponsor you. You will go promote the brand while you're at the event, and maybe they will pay for your airfare or pay for your hotel. So now you're getting compensated as well as learning. And then maybe a third thing that you're going to do is, while you are at that event, you are going to do Facebook Lives and give your audience kind of an inside or sneak peek of that event. Or maybe you're going to write blog posts about it, something that's going to build your trust and your credibility with your audience. So those are three things that you now took away from that one event or one chunk of time that you set aside for something. So another example, let's kind of break it down, something a little bit more simple. So let's talk about a blog post. So let's say that you are creating a blog post. You create a blog post once or twice a week. So maybe within that blog post, and I'm going to just give you like a really specific example here. Let's say your blog post is 6 tips to get the most out of your workout. And I'm using this because this is one of the posts that is in my Content Solution membership community that's coming out next month. So this is fresh in my mind. I was just working on this. So 6 tips to get the most out of your workout. And one of them is to stay hydrated, because your muscles need water to function at their fullest. So maybe you're going to pull out that one tip from this blog post, and you are going to do like a mini training or a video on Facebook or something all about the importance of hydration. So now you have this other way to touch your audience. You're doing something on Facebook a little bit different than the blog post. It's not just like, hey, go see my blog post. It's a little bit more in depth. You have the blog post, and then maybe the other thing that you're going to do is you are going to create like a little 1-page cheat sheet or like worksheet of, where people will figure out how much water they should drink every day based on their body weight. And then maybe you'll also include, how much protein is recommended before and after their workout, since we're talking about 6 tips to get the most out of your workout. So that little cheat sheet or worksheet is now like a content upgrade to your blog post, where now you're also getting email addresses from that one blog post. So by sitting down and writing that one blog post, you can also pull some content out of it for a Facebook Live or a mini training, or even just a little bit of content to send to your email list without sending them directly to the blog post. And then you can also do a content upgrade, which will allow you to collect email addresses. So one last example, I love examples. I learn best by examples. Would be, let's say that you are working on a project. So I'm going to use myself for an example here. I am working on a project for 2019 with a country club that I'm a fitness director for, and I'm working with a nutritionist, and we are working on coming up with a 3-month, 6-month, and 1-year nutrition education like membership community series. So all of the content that we are working to put into that, I'm thinking, how can I also leverage this? So in the country club, I can only work with members of that country club. So another way that I can leverage all that work that I'm putting into that is that I can offer that in my own business. Or I don't do a whole lot with it in the community because I just don't have the time right now. But I can also offer that to, acquaintances and friends in the community here who have asked me for nutrition and fitness services that I just haven't had the time to do one-on-one with. So now I'm using this content for a membership community at a country club. I'm using it in my own business. And I'm inserting myself into this business, as well. I am still reaching out I'm still communicating with each person one-on-one. I still find a lot of value in that one-on-one contact. So, and then the final thing is that I can pull some of that content out and I can use that in my Content Solution membership community where I create done for you posts and trainings for fellow entrepreneurs to share with their clients. So maybe I would pull out a component of that and do a mini training that it's almost like a lead-in into the bigger project. And this could be something that other entrepreneurs could use as well. So there's 3 ways that I can leverage this project to make my reach and ultimately my income go a lot further. So that's kind of the law of 3 as it comes to leveraging your time. And then I also just wanted to kind of briefly touch on the importance of taking small steps forward every day, because the small steps eventually turn into the big things. And many times, when a big thing happens, it's because of all those small, seemingly insignificant steps that were taken leading up to that big thing. So just to give you an example, if you're a parent, you probably, especially of toddlers, you probably have felt maybe every single day that all of the work and the arguing and, the stress level and the calming your patients are in vain, and that you're just going to do it all again tomorrow. If you've ever had an argument with a 2-year-old over putting on their shoes, or that they can't have candy for breakfast, and you feel like it's a losing battle, it's important to remember that those small little steps that you're taking every day to reinforce the good behavior and to practice your patience, those matter, even though they don't seem like it at the time. They do matter in the long run. And this goes the same for weight loss. Taking a bite of that chocolate cake every day. It may not seem like a huge deal just to take one bite one day. Maybe not such a huge deal the next day. Maybe not even if you take one bite every week. But eventually over the course of the year, that one bite of chocolate cake that somebody took or did not take is going to add up. So it may not seem significant in those day-to-day and moments, in those small insignificant moments, but it's those little things that we do in our business that we keep showing up and we keep doing that eventually lead to a big thing. So it's almost like, it's like a compound effect. It's not, this one Facebook Live or your one blog post or your one launch isn't going to be the, most likely isn't going to be like this big change in your business. It's going to be the small steps that you continue to take forward every single day, and then you'll look back and you'll see all that you've done, or you'll get an email from a client telling you that you've changed their life, and it wasn't from that one email that you sent that client. It was all the things that you have done, all your check-ins, your emails, your Facebook videos, your trainings, all those things added up to make a huge difference. So okay, that's it. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.